Cheers!
Whee!
Today we're going to talk about POKEVISION.
We were really excited about POKEVISION and how easy it was to catch Pokemon.
But does it ruin the experience?
Well, but it's gone now anyway.
And it's gone now anyway. So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
See, that's interesting because I thought it was a great idea because you knew what was close and then groups you could go to that area.
Yeah. And it was quite exciting knowing that it was going to be there. It's just like, can I get there in time? It was kind of like a personal race.
That made so much fun, and now that it's gone, I regret not using it when I had the chance because I only used it for a video and I was like, oh, it's always going to be there, it's going to be fine.
But then it disappeared because Niantic decided that any of these groups that I think they have to technically hack the Niantic server in order to get that information, and they don't want people doing that, obviously. So they asked them to shut it down, and of course the website said they asked us to shut it down, so we're gonna shut it down.
Oh, fair enough.
In a way, it makes it better because people were, I don't want to use POKEVISION, I'm gonna be true, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna get them just by accidentally bumping into Pokemon or finding people talking about it on Twitter. It's kind of more natural, right? But then they have to still battle against Pokemon trainers who did use POKEVISION.
I think
now they don't have to worry about that.
I think it's unfair for the generations and for the countries who now start getting Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
To the ones who started and pretty much already completed the
Yeah.
They should give you an option. Maybe have like goggles or something that you can use for like half an hour. Like Poke Goggles.
Poke Goggles?
Yeah.
Oh, like right.
In the game.
Okay, so in a way, when you think about it, isn't this a bit like the MP3 thing, where MP3 came out and made life hard for CD companies, and then they started selling MP3s, so they don't have to make CDs anymore.
Exactly.
So with POKEVISION, it's like POKEVISION was making life hard for Niantic, so they shut it down. Now they can release the idea for money,
exactly. They should do that. Yeah,
that's a great idea.
For half an hour, you can see in your proximity where they're how long it's there. So if you live in the countryside, for example, there's nothing around. Like sometimes there will be nothing around, and then you can maybe see, oh yeah, there is a Pokemon around, but you can't find it straight away.
Yeah.
And some of them just randomly pop up, even though they weren't in your button right, anyways.
Yeah.
So it would be nice, especially in the countryside where it's so hard. There's no Pokestops. It's really hard to find anything.
It would be really beneficial to have goggles, and maybe you could save it up, like you could get Poke Goggles from Gacha or something, or sometimes you could just pay extra.
Yeah,
and
or you
use
get them. They get dropped at the Pokestops sometimes.
And then also it would be nice if Niantic also made it easier for those people who are living out in the countryside, because I see it on Facebook all the time. It's like, you guys out there in the cities, this is what I'm seeing.
Yes.
I see it all the time on Facebook.
Literally, I drove the other day for an hour and a half and I only saw 2 Pokestops. If you're in the countryside, you're screwed. It's really hard to, unless you are lucky and you're one of those areas where suddenly there's so many Pokemon, like in Oshima apparently.
What I want to ask, are we better off now that POKEVISION has been shut down by a third party? Is it good that third party systems have been shut down?
I agree that taking down third-party systems because it wasn't connected to the original. Like I was like, is this legit? Is this okay? Because if you have third parties who never know how legit it is, how much bugs there are, what else are you downloading with it?
And also, you're giving these third-party companies your GPS data. Now they know where you live. It's a very clever way for a company that's not Niantic to get people who play Pokemon Go's data. And maybe Niantic wasn't happy about that either.
Yeah, and they could also go well, if they do something not legit with it and with the data, they could go, well, you didn't have to download this. It wasn't legit anyway, so that's your fault. You did that yourself.
With all of this conversation, it sounds like things are probably better now because Niantic has the option to turn this on as a feature.
Exactly.
They could make money out of it as well.
Yeah, or have every Sunday you can see it.
And special events. They could have special events where suddenly, I don't know, everyone gains POKEVISION.
Yeah, for a day or something.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I think that's a good idea.
Because I had a lot of fun with the chase.
Exactly.
Knowing that it's there.
Good.
The thing is, you could also have the chase just by reading Twitter. And that's how a lot of people are.
You need to be in an area where many people are tweeting about it. If you're somewhere in the countryside, still you can't get the chase because no one's going to be in that area.
Right.
That's another problem.
But then that's down to Niantic. It would help for the people living in the countryside for Niantic to maybe put a few more stops, or maybe just fill out a few more Pokemon, or also please less Pidgeys, less Rattatas.
Oh my god, yes, seriously. It's just
How do you feel about that?
Once you get to a higher level, they should just cut those
right.
and give you different Pokemons as an option.
Well, here's my issue. If you play the game a lot for these, I mean, it's only been out in Japan for a couple weeks now,
Yes.
right? What happens if they do get rid of all the Rattatas and Pidgeys and stuff, and then people suddenly fill out the Pokedex too quickly?
Oh,
And then the game just ends.
But then if you think about it, December is when the new generation is supposed to come out, right?
Okay, so imagine
It is gonna
if it
constantly
comes out.
continue, yeah. But
I doubt it will be that early.
Really?
There's no need for a company that is making this much money with only 150 Pokemon to put any kind of update out at all. People will keep playing it, and then only when they hit rock bottom, they can just launch more Pokemon.
see, loads of people already in Japan stop playing it.
Oh,
and that's only
really?
a couple of weeks after release. So people are getting bored. And I think that's another problem why PokeVision was actually a good idea, because if I walk around now and I keep seeing just the Pidgeys in my area, after a while you give up. Give up. You go like, oh, it's today, I spend a whole day getting nothing new.
So this is our message to Niantic then.
Yeah.
If you don't want people to quit playing the game, and actually it doesn't really bother me either way whether people play it or not.
Well, you don't really care about the game
I don't
that
personally.
much.
Yeah, I don't personally care that much. But business-wise,
Yeah.
it would be really wise to have something like Poke Goggles or
Yes,
something as an
Poke
in-game
Goggles.
item.
Please quote me as the first inventor of the Pokegoggles, totally.
Yeah, exactly. All the money should go to Cathy Cat.
Exactly. It would something to keep you motivated. After
Yeah.
a while, it gets frustrating only seeing the same Pokemon all the time, and then you stop playing.
So true. But I loved the chase.
You see, that's
That
why
was
we
fun.
need it back. We need something
Yeah.
like that back. Every Sunday is PokeVision Sunday.
PokeVision
And
Sunday.
you can see stuff on Sunday, so you know that people.
PokeVision Sunday. That sounds like an ice cream.
PokeVision Sunday.
I really want a PokeVision Sunday.
Oh, I could do with a PokeVision Sunday
And
now.
then if you buy the ice cream, you get Poke Goggles as an item for free.
It would be a nice idea if you went to certain events that you actually could definitely get certain Pokemon in certain events.
Yeah?
For example, like here at the Pokemon centers
Yeah.
in Tokyo, you don't get anything. Like
You do on your 3DS.
Yeah, that's
I saw the
normal
thing.
That was always the
You
thing,
can-
but not on the Niantic version. So you go to a Pokemon center, and you might as well just be sitting somewhere in a park. It doesn't do anything.
It's true, there
is
hasn't been a
no-
lot of, locking actual Pokemon to specific places like Pokemon centers, just parks. There's just been parks, and every now and then on Twitter, there's tons of Pikachu in the Setagaya Park or something.
What I find good is if you have a free day
Yeah.
and you really want to go and catch Pokemon,
Yeah.
something like PokeVision would have been great for that. You go around and then you spot this, you spot that, you spot that,
Right,
and
okay,
you
okay.
feel like you're achieving something.
But let's face it, you're not.
Oh, come on! You have something to do, but nowadays, or like here, if you put, especially if you're in the countryside, you have
Yeah.
a whole day, and if you're lucky, you catch a new Pokemon.
It's so
If
true.
you're very unlucky, you wasted a whole day just walking around.
So for people who want to play Pokemon Go like a game, not just casually like Pokemon
Yeah.
Go is just happening today because I'm bored for 5 minutes. If you want to have a day for Pokemon Go, you want to go on a Poke date, or you want to go out with your friends and have a hunting session. For those people, it could be really boring if
Yeah.
you go to a place without knowing that there's nothing there. You could have traveled really, really far. Without PokeVision, you
Yeah.
could have a lot of disappointed customers.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, especially like many parents and their kids are going out now to catch Pokemon, which I think is a great idea.
Oh yeah, that was really
great
great to
idea.
see in Yoyogi Park.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was really happy about that.
So you need to give them an incentive to actually go out and find new Pokemon. Because if they keep catching Pidgeys, after a while you're like, well, that was a great
Yeah.
day today.
When you open up Pokemon Go,
Yeah.
there's no like ticker news. There's no news ticking along at
There's
the top.
nothing.
Like recently, a Pikachu was nearby. They've got this new feature called sightings in the bottom right-hand corner.
Oh, it's where you see where the Pokemon.
Well, yeah. But it doesn't tell you. Apparently, it was buggy before and it didn't really work.
It didn't really work.
But now, have you noticed?
It's
like
working
it's actually.
well, a friend of mine had a theory. What he did, he was on a bicycle, and he saw a Pokemon in the sightings. So he cycled like this down the street,
Does
and
it tell
disappeared.
you? Does it tell you in the sightings go forward or left or right?
No, it doesn't. That's the problem.
It just means it's nearby.
But he has a theory.
Uh-huh.
So he cycled down the street in one direction and it disappeared. So he was
Okay.
like, okay, go to the other side of the street.
Yeah.
So he went down the other side of the street and then it disappeared again. So he knew that in that circle, he would have to go now to where he started and then cycle to the right, and that's where the Pokemon was.
So hang on a second. Let me get this straight.
Yes.
Your friend saw the thing in sightings.
Yes.
And so to find out where it was, he went all the way to one way and the other way just to find out the radius of the circle
Yes.
he was in. That's just ridiculous. Your friend has too much time. I thought you were going to give me a legitimate actual trick. Mathematics, that's not a trick.
Anyways, I wouldn't figure that out. I would just walk around and it's like, oh, it's still not
It does. I see what you mean though. Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, there is a way of figuring it out, but it takes you a lot of time, or you need a bicycle. So yeah.
If only we had Pokemon Vision.
Poke goggles.
Or any kind of
guys,
tracker.
this needs to be invented.
Niantic.
Make it.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
Make it happen.
POKEVISION.
POKEVISION. If you're curious about the POKEVISION video, we put that on the top right of the screen when we still had it, and we thought it was awesome.
We thought it was pretty cool. I liked that it gave it a new way to enjoy Pokemon Go that isn't just casual. It made it better as a game.
Yeah.
You could have a goal, you could go and try and get it, and then fail or actually get it.
Go around in groups and stuff.
And go around in groups. I think if Niantic insists that this is an only casual game, then fine, no POKEVISION. But I'd like to have seen it.
Yeah, like when I'm sitting at home, sometimes I want to like catch other Pokemon, we can't. So.
Yeah. Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you think POKEVISION should have stayed? Do you think it's better that it's gone?
Let us know.
What do you think of Kathy's Poke Goggles idea?
Yeah, Poke Goggles for the win.
Let us know. Bye. We're gonna check out whether POKEVISION works in Japan. 8 minutes to capture.
8 minutes to capture that horsey.
So we should be close.
Yes.
Question is, can we get there in 3 minutes? Okay, we've reached the location, and I don't see anything in the game. I don't think. Oh no! Wait a minute!
Where?
Hold on a second. I'm turning around. Unbelievably bad news.